Ready? Hello, I'm Michael Jordan. I've been asked to endorse a lot of fine products. And I just been asked to endorse King Television's Almost Live show. No way. No.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Before we go any further, first of all, I want to thank Michael Jordan for taking time out of his busy schedule to not endorse our show, which is good. Obviously, Michael's schedule is not going to be as busy now. The league is sad, but that is nothing compared to Nike. Oh my God, their stock is plummeting. Shoe production is off. They had to lay off hundreds of 8-year-olds. It's just terrible. Sean Kemp, he doesn't have that problem. He's got hundreds of kids making his shoes, but they're his kids. They're his own kids. He's, filled 2 factories with his kids, It's sad, it's sad down at Nike Town. They've asked to be declared a disaster area so they can get government assistance. It's terrible. They're trying to launch new shoes, but they're not having much luck with that new Air Perkins. That hemp sneaker, that one I'm talking about? Air in the soles, but it's very smoky. You look at it, we don't know what's going on there. Very smooth, it's Jordan says he wants to retire because he's tired and wants to relax. So it kind of begs the question, what's McIlvain going to say when he retires? I'm looking forward to getting up and moving around, getting some action, and exerting myself. Anyway, in any case, we wish Michael the best of luck, of course, which I'm sure he'll get and he'll need in the casinos. Anyway, in political news, our Republican Senator, Slade Gorton, this is disturbing. I'm just going to warn you, this is some disturbing footage you're going to see. He was seen on the news a couple days ago. Something weird was going on with him. Please just roll the tape. Let me show you what I mean. Now this right here, look at him in the background. That's our senator. Look at him. Wait. The heck? That's our senator, just like. So, at first we could not figure out what was wrong, but then we realized he's trying to send out a coded message. So, take another look at the tape. We figured it out.
An orderly process to move forward and to get.
A lot of beans. I think I'm going to faint. Yeah. He's standing behind Phil Graham there, a lot of that Texas chili, so. Anyway, we've got a great show tonight, but before we go any further, please watch this.
Nice day today.
Except for the rain.
Are you Agent Ryan?
Yes. Are you Agent Niles?
That's right. Of course, we've got to verify that by using those secret code phrases they gave us at headquarters.
You know what? Why don't we skip that part? I trust you.
You know that would violate procedure. All right, now I'll start. The brown fox chases the white rabbit. Now you do your phrase.
I'd rather not.
Look, I don't want to have to call headquarters and tell them that you are uncooperative.
All right. Under my black slacks, I'm wearing women's panties.
See? Now that wasn't so hard, was it?
But I don't understand. I mean, you have a normal spy password, and they have me saying that I'm wearing women's panties.
That is not for us to question. Now let's keep going with this.
You know, I think one's enough. I mean, what are the chances that a counter-spy is going to come up with that panties thing?
Let's just keep going. The hound bays when the moon is full. Go ahead.
I've been a bad little boy,
Yes.
and I want you to spank me. See, again, you know, of all the things they could have picked, I mean, why the spanking?
You know, I think the boys at headquarters do a pretty darn good job. You're right. What are the chances that a counter-spy would know about the panties and the spanking? That's what's so brilliant about these phrases.
Come on, I'm Agent Ryan, I swear it.
Look, we need to do the phrases for national security purposes.
I don't even care about the national security anymore.
The mongoose sleeps in the tall grass.
With each word from your sexy, sexy lips, my body quivers with excitement, while my loins grow ever more flush. And my nipples
Yes?
my nipples
What do your nipples do?
My nipples stand erect like little soldiers.
I would love it if you would call me Sweet Pants and stick your tongue down my throat.
That's not your next password.
It could be if you play your cards right.
I'm leaving.
Wait a minute. You were just about to do the leather Speedo one. I wanted to hear that. Come back. Do the one about the ointment. Come on.
All right, stay with us. We've got a great show, and we're coming right back.
I'm telling you, you've got to do something. He is killing us.
We're going to handle this professionally.
Well, he needs professional help, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Look, if we're going to be taken seriously as a news organization, you cannot let our reporters behave like this.
Here he comes. Let me handle this, okay?
Hi. Hi.
Hey, Richard.
How are you? Boy, boss, you got a nice office here. That doesn't seem fair.
Right.
The nicest one in the place.
Richard, please sit down.
Okay.
Okay. Now, Richard, as you know, KRTZ has been considered the #1 news source in the city.
Oh, yeah. We got the best cars, the coolest helicopter.
The numbers have been dropping lately.
Yeah, since he was hired.
Now, we just want to give you some constructive criticism. Let's just take a look at some of the work you've done in the past month.
Okay.
The school board is meeting in this building behind me right now. You know, the school board, mostly made up of pinheads and sexually repressed old prunes. That school board.
Now, okay, Richard, that turned into an editorial.
What do you mean?
You went from reporting the story to giving your feelings about the school board.
Well, you're asking me not to feel?
No. What we're asking
Well, because,
is...
you know, that's part of what makes me who I am. It's my compassion. I mean, you expect me just to stand there and rattle off a bunch of facts? all
Yeah,
day?
we do.
Well, I'm sorry, my heart is so big.
We were told that once the camera was off, you flipped off a group of preschool children on the playground.
Well, yeah, but those little brats flipped me off first.
No, they weren't flipping you off. They were learning how to count on their fingers.
Well, they should be a little more careful what fingers they're counting with.
Let's move on to the next clip.
Okay.
And that's it from here, Dan and Susan. The grieving parents say they will just try now to somehow move on with their lives. Reporting live. Come here. Come here. Come here. You want to be on TV? Say, back to you, Dan and Susan, from the scene of this senseless tragedy.
Back to you, Dan and Susan, from the scene of this senseless Susan.
Tragedy. Senseless tragedy.
From the scene of this senseless tragedy.
That's good. That's good. You did good. Are you an actress?
No.
Didn't you think she was good?
See, in my opinion, Richard, that went on a little too long.
Well, it was a live thing, and pardon me, but I don't have any control over time, so.
But seeing as the story was about a shooting, a good place to stop would have been when the story, at the ending of the story.
You don't think that the girl added a more human element to the story?
A more human element about someone being shot?
The girl was from the area, and I bet you she was pretty shook up about that shooting.
Oh, yeah. That's why she was laughing?
Oh, okay. So first you want me to control time. Now you want me to control someone else's emotions. Please, make up your minds.
Wasn't that the same woman who was yelling in our lobby?
Yeah. She got kind of weird on me that night. I was just horsing around. That's all I was.
Okay. Let's look at the next clip.
And this guy here is now in his 12th day of not eating, and he says he'll keep fasting until China... Hey, is that my sandwich? Give me my sandwich. About time. There's pickles on it. I specifically said no pickles. You give me pickles. You want my pickles? Here, eat my pickle. Have a pickle. He's eating a pickle. He's eating a pickle.
Why did you decide to tease a starving man with food?
I was trying to cheer him up. He looked kind of uptight and everything.
That's because most of his normal body functions were shutting down due to lack of proper nutrition.
Well, that's why I was trying to save him.
Okay, let's watch the next clip.
And this woman is the champion cookie baker, and I'm going to talk to her in just a moment. But first, I want to send a message out to Larry Turner, who works downtown with my girlfriend. Hey, Turner, you put your hands on her one more time. I'm taking this microphone and sticking it where the moon don't shine.
Excuse me, I thought you were interviewing me about my
Put a
cookies.
sock in it, you old bag. I'm not through talking to Larry Turner. He's going to get this microphone.
Okay, I think I can anticipate your question here, and do not worry, I would never use the station's microphones for that purpose. I would probably use an umbrella in that case.
No, Richard, we were a little more concerned about the treatment of the woman.
Well, it's not my girlfriend's fault. See, the guy is flirting with her down at her...
The elderly woman, Richard.
Are you saying my girlfriend is old?
The old woman in the story, you idiot!
Well, what do we care about her? You're the ones who said we wanted to court younger viewers.
Well, we don't want to lose our older viewers.
Well, why didn't you say that before? See, that's the kind of information I need before I go out to do a report.
You know what, Richard? We're going to give you a little break from live reporting.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, great. I do not get that. I'm doing the best work at this station. The other guys are so boring.
Well, we're going to go in a little different direction. We're going to take you off the street for a while.
Oh, I get it. I'm moving in the studio. You want me to do editorials? You will not be sorry. I know the first one I'm going to do. Personal ads. When I say no fat chicks, I mean no fat chicks.
No, Richard. No, Richard.
This is the late report. Well, the Clinton administration is expected to propose major federal funding to save salmon runs along the West Coast. His aides say the president has a special sympathy for an animal like the salmon that makes such an effort and risks everything just to get laid. Starbucks is launching a line of home coffee brewing and drinking products, including its barista espresso machine and pads of ready-to-brew espresso. Included in this line is the official Starbucks Barista Manual, which gives explicit instructions on how to forget an order. The Boats Afloat show continues tomorrow at Lake Union. Meanwhile, plans are underway for the far more entertaining Boats Aflame show. The Little Theater, a new art movie house, will open this week on Capitol Hill. The theater will be able to seat 55 normal patrons, or 72 anorexic patrons, or 106 dwarves. We'll be back with more of the Late Report after this message from our sponsor.
Ew, gross. I use the Biare Peel-Away Patch to lift out blackheads and to give my skin a healthy look. With Biare, the blackheads end up here, not here. Ew.
Ew!
Well, I warned you it was going to be gross.
Yeah, but I mean, are you okay? Is that normal?
Well, God.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
Oh.
I love the new Biare patch. In fact, I use the new maximum strength Biare Breathe Right nasal nicotine control strip. It clears up my blackheads while gently opening my nasal passages so I can get a good sleep at night. All the while delivering precious nicotine to my veins so I can finally quit smoking.
I was skeptical about the Biare patch. Boy, was I wrong. Almost dead wrong. I woke up one night with a shooting pain in my side. I read the directions on the box and in one swift motion pulled a tumor from my pancreas. I'm cancer-free. Thanks, Biare.
Like millions of other Americans, these people have come to depend on Biare strips, but because of a government embargo, they can't get them. Why? When used improperly, Biare strips emit sarin, a highly toxic nerve gas. The Serbs have recently used Biare strips in the war in Bosnia, and faceless bureaucrats in the United Nations have made them illegal. Don't let foreigners make laws for Americans. Write your congressman. America needs Biare strips. Welcome back. Woodland Park has announced plans to make the zoo more exciting over the next 5 years with renovations that include better access for visitors to the lions and bears. Also plan to make the zoo more exciting, better access for the lions and bears to the visitors. In his State of the State speech, Governor Locke identified 3 things as imperative for Washington State as it moves into the 21st century: education, environmental protection, and living in harmony. Originally, the governor had 4 things on his list, but was wisely convinced to drop single malt scotch. Stanwood High School is looking for the person who shot a bullet in the boys' restroom, shattering the toilet. Meanwhile, students have shown compassion for whoever shot the gun, stating, I don't know, when it won't go down, it won't go down. You get desperate. Finally, REI held a class on Wednesday at their Seattle store called Intro to Winter Camping. The class covered basic survival skills you can use if you're ever camping during the winter in a large, fully enclosed, heated store. This has been the Late Report. Thank you, and we'll be right back.
Come on. A healthy, happy, vital animal is one of nature's most beautiful sights.
Laura Shelby, top breeder of champion Labrador Retrievers.
I love dogs. It's my business raising champion labs. Go on. People often ask what gives my animals their frisky glow. Simple. Vigorous exercise and a natural diet. I feed them Natural Dog. It's fast, nutritious, and it's alive. All dogs love it. Buster's favorite is Squirrel in a can. Come on out, little squirrel. Come on. Go. Let your pet enjoy the primal thrill of chasing a small animal and tearing it to shreds. Natural Dog. It's more than food. It's fun.
And now, try new Raccoon Crunch and Nacho Possum.
We're back, and before the show ends, something that I've been meaning to do for quite a while is that clip of Michael Jordan that we got, which is so we've always felt that we're so cool that we had that, was actually gotten for us by a King employee, Celia Evans, when Michael Jordan was in town, and she went there to get him to do some stuff for the United Negro College Fund, and she said, also, we've got this comedy show. And so, since he did that for us, I'd like to, the United Negro College Fund was, I believe, last week, the telethon, and they're still accepting donations, so I'd say write one in for them, because, you know, we owe Michael for that. And if you'd like tickets to the show, to come down to our show, that's the number. You guys had a great time, right? Bye-bye.